Okay. Now, verse column 33. Horus, he was going up a hill at midday in the verdure season, mounted on a white horse, on a black horse, the papyrus rolls being on him, those of the great of five in his bosom. He found all the entities seated at the place of judgment, eating of the produce of the Nile. My chief said they, Horus, come, art thou eating? Horus, come, wilt thou eat? He said, take yourselves from me. There is no desire in me for eating. I am ill in my head. I am ill in my body. A fever hath taken hold of me. A south wind has seized me. Doth Isis cease to make magic? Doth Nephthys cease to give health? Are the 16 Net Be'u is the one power of God? Are the 365 gods seated to eat the produce of the fields of the Nile, my chief, until they remove the fever from the head of the son of Isis and from the head of born of the fevers by night, the fevers by day, the headache that's burning, this heat of the fevers of his feet, remove from the head of born of, say it over genuine oil 7 times and anoint his hand, his body, his feet, and pronounce the words to him. Now, one of the things accused of the, Muhammad was the first one that they said, he's making the gods one. Well, you can look at a lot of these names in Egyptian and some other languages and say, wait, can't these all be characteristics of the same deity as all divinity? Whichever personifications or whatever you decide to identify with or not identify with, that's also one's thing. But the dedicating your food and such to what you worship doesn't mean necessarily that it has a need. Ahref Bsha Ahre Hartun Merit Efta Al Ayat Awa Hatter Hut Awa Hatter Kam Enzem Har Tef Napa Worte Kan Kanef Aethgam An Atru Tro El Hamsat A Kre At Sat Wieput A Wum Naprat Na Hap Pa Wer Gru Har Erk Wum Har Erk Nie Wum Kurf Al Witten A Kre Mun Ke Nene Wum Pia Shun Zza Tia Shun Ket A Wa Am Wuma Viet A Wa Tu Rastie A He Nie Set X S Sta Ne Num Hut Lux S Suza Ne Pa Net Bam Ne Pe Wa Na Cut Nature Nep Nature Hamsit Akre Awam Pa Rat Ta Sakat Hop Pe Water Sha Natu Sata Nup Gawama Nazaf Nup Sure Sat Zazaf Man Ams Man Na Ga Wama Grah Nan Ga Wama Marat Pa Shun Zaz Pie Surf Pie Kamam Nan Ga Wam Ab Na Gra Na Ratat Shta A Bul Na Zazat Man Ams Man Naha Mat Sep Natak Tataf Kataf Rataf Natak Matat Arf. And so net air is the spiral thing going into the looks like a wishbone thing. Shtet is resembling the idea of after the long. Okay. The 365, one for each day of the year, that's an obvious thing. And some consider it to be the same entity that's given all these names, or some consider it different entities. A lot of things are open towards the thing. The 16 and net tabu relates to Oi, Taka X, Gi, Gantes. There are also 16 cubits of the Nile. And, and it said that Osiris was torn into 16 pieces. And some mention 14 parts, some mention 17 parts. And I guess that could relate to different ritual divisions. Na relates to the Coptic Na. Power, belonging to the great or son of the great. Appa I is a Coptic. Hup is referred to as the Nile. And we have Hup is feminine, so Humset in Coptic, Humaset in this case, rather than the Hem Sahaut. And so Fa, Mush, and such relates to the Coptic Pet, Na'u, Nup, Ta'u, Hum Are, and Naka'om. And so the her that we talked about before, we've already pointed out that her is relating divine personality, this idea they're trying to get across. Some because they're personified and comes on a horseback or a donkey or, So I will circle back to the columns 12 through 30. Wait, 30. Is it 30? I want to give you the number. Okay. Column 29. Okay. So 12 to 29 is next. I did this out of order in that respect because I want to make sure to get this done, and I have time to do shorter ones right now. Sharma, peace be upon you.